Alright, so now we've got beautiful proportion questions, and I personally really love proportion questions because I find them really fun. So we've been given that P, Q, R are positive integers. P is directly proportional to the square of Q. When P is equal to 1.25, Q is equal to 0.5. Q is inversely proportional to R. When Q is equal to 0.5, R is equal to 6. Now work out the value of R when P is equal to 0.8. Now, what I always like to do is when I get questions with a lot of words, is I like to underline the important stuff. So we know that P, directly proportional square of Q. Got that under? Now we also know Q inversely proportional to R. What am I underlining there? There. In fact, we can already start. You know, we ignore all of this. Let's just write down these equations. P is directly proportional to the square of Q. So we're going to start here. We're going to go P is equal to K times Q squared. Right? Because directly proportional formula, square of Q. Q is inversely proportional to R. In fact, this is going to be our first equation just to make it easier in terms of organization. Q is equal to K, boom, boom, second. Right, I just want to make sure I'm not confusing anyone. This one and this two this is my first formula that I'm going to be using. This is my second formula. So these are our two equations. This again is going to be the base of where we're going to derive our answer from. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start substituting these values. So let's start with P and Q, yeah? So we have P is equal to 1.25. When P is equal to 1.25, Q is equal to 0.5, right? So I'm going to find K. To find K, we're just going to do some simple algebra. We're going to bring this over here, so we're going to know that K is equal to 100. Actually, you know what? I'm going to write it down differently so it's less confusing. We know that 1.25, we're going to bring this down here. If it's being multiplied on this side, it's going to be divided on this side. 0.5 squared is equal to K. Right, I got my trusty scientific calculator in hand. I'm not a genius, I can't do that on my head. Divided by 0.5 squared, again. Boom. So that K is equal to 5. K is equal to 5. We know this. This, I'm going to work out seconding. The second one is right here. Q is equal, sorry. When Q is equal to 0.5, so 0.5 is equal to K over R is 6, so 6. 5, bring this here, so 0.5 times 6 is being divided here, it's going to get multiplied here, equal to K, which implies that K is equal to 3. This I can do in my head. Good? Good. Right, so now we've got two different equations, right? We have, actually, you know what, I should probably write them here. From this, we get the equations we solved for x. We have P is equal to 5Q squared. Cool? Cool. Now for this one, we have Q is equal to 3 by R. Great. So we have this and we have that. What are we going to do next? It's asking us to work out the value of R. Important stuff. R when P is equal to 8. Cool. So now we're just going to do some simple substitution. So let's just, let's make this step 1. Let's make this step 2. I realized this wasn't really necessary, so I'm going Let's make this step 3, and then we're gonna go ahead and start with. I should have done that in red. My brain is not braining, everyone. 4. I'm gonna make this. It's a big 4. I'm gonna make this 4. Step 4 is gonna be substituting the value of p in this equation. This one. This one. So we're gonna get 0.8 is equal to 5 times q squared, which implies that 0.8 divided by 5 whole root is equal to q, because I'm bringing everything over here, which implies q is equal to, gotta get my trusty calculator, everybody. Root over 0.8. Actually, no. We have the value for q. Step 5. What is, I just realized 4 looks like a 9. There. Step 5 is going to be putting this value of q into our second equation. So we're going to go ahead and do that. 0.4 is equal to 3 over r, which implies we're going to bring, I'm going to cross. This looks like it's 12, my handwriting. We're going to bring this down, we're going to bring this up, so we get cross multiplication, right? Just show that in numbers. Swap these two. We get 3 divided by 0.4. 3 divided by 0.4. These are not pretty numbers. There you go. And it's that easy. 5 steps, 5 marks. You have your answer, my friends. It's this. R is there. R is equal to 15 over 2. You can leave it as a fraction in your answer, or if you'd like, you can convert it into a decimal, which would be that's it. That's all you gotta do.